If you want to get right to the game, go ahead and click on the timestamp right here. Hey friends, I'm really happy you're here. Today we're playing another example of a fairy tale turned into a horror game, with this time being The Three Little Pigs. And I guess we're playing as the third pig since that's the title of the game. At the end of the video, we're also going to read a viewer submitted poem if you guys want to submit your own like scary stories or things like that for me to read at the end of videos, you can email me. Before we get started with the actual playthrough though, I want to bring up something I was talking about on stream. I stream 3 days a week here, and in my latest stream, we got to talking about the fear of failure. And I know you've probably heard a million times, oh, don't be afraid to fail. Go ahead and put yourself out there. Failure shouldn't bother you at all. But that's tough. Failure is scary. I still have a hard time with the fear of failure, even when I put out new videos on the channel. It's really vulnerable to put yourself out there, especially creatively, and not meet the standards you've set for yourself. It can be soul-crushing at times. However, that's where resilience comes in. In my opinion, it's okay to be afraid of failing if, after it's all said and done, you still pick yourself right back up. Yes, it makes you nervous. Yes, it stings when it happens. But you're still here, and it didn't cause you to slow down. That's resilience. That's learning from failure. And if you can learn from failure, even if you're scared of it, then you're coming out better for it on the other end. I love you all, and I hope you're safe. Here is the third pig. A horror game based on The Three Little Pigs. Let's see how this plays out.
There once was an old sow with 3 little pigs. She had not enough to keep them. She sent them out to seek their fortune. On their journey, they met a merchant. The first pig bought a bundle of straw to build his home. The second pig bought a bundle of sticks. And the third pig bought a plenitude of bricks. After that, the 3 little pigs picked a beautiful plot for their new home. And from then on, they lived happily. For a while.
Wait a minute. The cutscene, like, was talking about them each building their homes, kind of like the story of the 3 little pigs, but then we witnessed, like, a wolf capturing them?
Forgive me for the lack of proper introduction, but I'm a very private person. In my life, I've had many titles and occupations. I've been a carpenter, a doctor, a woodsman, but life has led me to my true calling as a butcher. Something about ending a life to sustain my own is appealing to me. Unfortunately, this area lacks proper cuts of meat. That's where my associate, Mr. Wolf, comes in. He sniffs out the best for slaughter, and I allow him to have the lesser cuts of meat, like your brothers. They were very tender, too young for peak flavor. However, you are perfect. Of course you could have been roasted by now, but Mr. Wolf is not a common killer, no. Mr. Wolf is an artist. Mr. Wolf likes a fun challenge. So, using my vast carpentry skills, I've turned your beautiful property into a death trap. You will have to use your wits and your vigor to escape this prison that was once your home. If you do, you get to leave. If not, you will take your rightful place upon my butcher's block. Best of luck.
Wow. So, this is a super interesting take on The Three Little Pigs, and it actually gives us a really good idea, kind of what was going down here. Imagine the 3 little pigs, but instead of, you know, the house is being blown down by the wolf, Mr. Wolf has already captured our brothers. The butcher turned them into meals, and now he's playing a sick game with us. Oh my. So that makes the first cutscene make a lot more sense then. Introduction obtained. Do I have like an inventory? Oh, I do. Okay. Documents and introduction. I suppose you may be wondering why I feel the need to write a letter to a stranger that won't see tomorrow. I wonder that myself sometimes. The simple fact is the life I have taken on can be a lonely one. Mr. Wolf isn't much of a talker, and I'm too distrusting of people. Plus, it's nice to vent and share knowing the one you're opening up to will never be able to tell anyone. So it's some sort of catharsis for the villain here. I've watched you and your brothers from afar for some time now. You were a good brother, and you don't deserve the fate forced upon your head. I wish we could have granted you the quick death your brothers got, but Mr. Wolf must have his way. He doesn't isolate the weak, he targets the strong. He isn't like the rest. He's special. He's different. So, the butcher really does have a kind of like a reverence for Mr. Wolf. Otherwise, I guess he wouldn't be going along with his sick games. Something is buried here. It looks like the butcher isn't only after a means to an end. Hey, chickens! It's so interesting how this is a survival horror game with tank controls and fixed camera angles. That's actually remarkable. This is so cool, but I also kind of get the sense of dread. There's a large stone egg. It seems hollow. I wonder if we can break it somehow. Oh, we can run. Okay, so there's a key right here, too. Will you take the house key? Yes, house key obtained. And then I see... Oh. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Looks like there is something shiny at the bottom of the well. We don't have a bucket, though, so we can't go through there. And what do we have here? There's an apple here. Will you pick it up? Yes, apple obtained. Cool, so we get a survival horror adventure. Door has a red lock. I do have a house key, so I imagine that's not the key to the shed. And we're taking a dump in the outhouse. All right, enough of that. I imagine that's where we're going to need to go to hide at some point.
Well, it's the last of the stuff from the rental.
Wow. It's been like 2-3 months since we've been here.
Took long enough, but we are officially moved in.
I gotta check my old place because I wonder like if I still have anything there. I think I have most of the things I need though. Like the office is all set up completely.
So, how you finding it?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You are you doing good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I think this is our only option, guys. So Mr. Wolf has turned our home into a... My controller's vibrating. Oh! I would love some tea. Preparation obtained. Pig roast recipe. Oh my goodness. The hair of the animal should have been removed by scalding. When this is done, remove the entrails, thoroughly clean the nostrils and ears, and wash the whole body in cold water. Ugh. Cut off the feet at the first joint, loosening the skin and leaving it on to turn neatly over. The pig must then be stuffed as follows. Take half an ounce of mild sage and 2 young onions parboiled. Chop these very fine and add a cup of grated breadcrumbs, 1/4 pound of good butter, and a high seasoning of cayenne pepper. And salt, of course. Sew the slit neatly up, set it down to roast before a brisk, clear fire, and baste first with brine, then with the fresh butter or salad oil. When the crackling is thoroughly browned and crisped, the pig will be sufficiently done. A pig iron or some ingenious substitute must be placed in the center of the grate. part of the time, to prevent the middle regions of the animal from being scorched before the extremities are done. Serve with a sauce of clear beef or veal gravy with a squeeze of lemon, and if approved, a little of the stuffing stirred in the same tureen. That's literally just a recipe. Alright, I do think we need to hurry. Who was that? There's a man looking at us outside of the window. There's a man outside. Is it the butcher? It's not our brothers because they're dead. Alright, doesn't look like we can look at the painting, so that's okay. Can I go here? Alright. Door has a gold lock. So we have a red lock, a gold lock. And this is our home, but it's wrong now. Oh, another apple. I thought I heard other footsteps. They are my own. Okay, let's grab the apple. So are these pictures of the pigs just other family members, maybe? Who knows? My vocations. Gonna learn more about the butcher. I always hated being a doctor. You think you'd be doing a great work for the world. In reality, you're just prolonging the lives of those who don't see the value of taking care of themselves. Although those skills are good to have in my current line of work. If I had to choose a vocation to go back to, I suppose I would choose the life of the woodsman. Being away from civilization had a great effect on me. Although nothing good lasts, I suppose. Now, I wonder if there's anything we're going to need to do with this table. I don't imagine it would take up so much space if there wasn't anything to do with it, but... Can't find anything now. Oh, here's a teacup. I will take the teacup. And there's handles bound with wire. Uh-oh. Do we need some sort of a bolt cutter? The same key item that's in every horror game ever made? The drawer is locked. Alright, so the only thing I know to do now is to go back and pour some tea. Because what else could we do? Alright. I love this shot here. Is that going to alert Mr. Wolf? There's a key in the tea. Small key obtained. I'm guessing that's going to be for the drawer upstairs. No, definitely not the gold lock. Okay, let's go upstairs. So he said he's turning it into a death trap, but I don't see anything too dangerous at the moment. Here we go. There's a hammer in there. Okay. So now we can go back outside and break that hollow egg. I imagine that's going to have either the red key or the gold key. This is where I saw Mr. Wolf go. Huh. Maybe he's not here. Oh! Oh! Wait, he is. Wait. Okay. Oh! Go. Why is he so fast? He was sprinting at me. Okay, so Mr. Wolf is roaming around the house looking for us. We gotta keep that in mind. The running animation is quite good in this game, I do want to say. Alright, we have no time to waste here. Break open this. Take the red key. Okay, the red key is actually out here, which is perfect. I love when there are horror games made out of, like, fables and stuff. We played a Little Red Riding Hood horror game called Muco Rallies. It was awesome. Wire snips. Okay, that's what's gonna Open the drawer or the closet. A home lost. She was dead before we got there. The ordeal with the previous house guest took the energy right out of her. Mr. Wolf and I almost had the perfect place to start our farm, a place to finally have some peace and quiet. That was before we ran into that red witch. Neither one of us were ready for what came, and Mr. Wolf was ready for everything. Except her. I can still smell the iron from all that blood. Wait a minute, what? She was dead before we got there. Huh. Little bit of backstory going on. A red witch. Wonder if that has anything to do with the apples we've been collecting. So Mr. Wolf and the butcher were planning on starting a farm together. Oh, speaking of the devil, there he is. Getting out of here just in time. We can go upstairs and get the wire snips going. Let's go here. Open this. A shovel. Okay, I know where to take this, but unfortunately that means we're gonna have to get past Mr. Wolf. And I think the outhouses are only means of protection? Where is he? I don't know where Mr. Wolf is. I'm gonna try to make this super quick. Where was it? Where was the thing buried? I think over here? Yes. Oh! Go! Don't see me. Don't see me. Don't move. Magnet obtained. Okay. So we're gonna go right here. Oh my god, we got so lucky. Okay, let's go right here. We're gonna put the magnet on this. Get the gold key. But unfortunately, Mr. Wolf is in the house. Should I wait in the outhouse for him to come out? But the outhouse is filled with poop. I can smell it and there's flies. It's disgusting. I know he's got to be in this house. Yep, there he is. There he is. Come on out. Come on out, Mr. Wolf. I want to learn more about y'all's farm. He doesn't open this, does he? He's not going to open the outhouse, right? Okay, we're good. My heart rate, like, doubled when he was walking right over. Okay, gold key goes here. And leads us to the butcher. With Mr. Wolf right behind us. Wait, what? The Red Witch? Who is this?
It's a long story.
And that is a story for another day.
Was that Little Red Riding Hood? That was Red Riding Hood! Red Riding Hood. Red Riding Hood. That was Red Riding Hood. Okay. Awesome. Okay, cool, cool. We were just talking about that. All right, so maybe this is setting up like some sort of series, but it seems like the butcher and Mr. Wolf have always been like companions, and they were going to start a farm together. But something happened. They came across Little Red Riding Hood. I guess that's the big bad wolf that was also in the Riding Hood story. And she like wanted to attack them, or she made it difficult for them to achieve what they were trying to do. I don't know. There's some history there, but she clearly tracked them down, had them killed, and now here we are. That was a really cool little horror game, a very cool experience. It was like a slice of survival horror. We did a pretty good job avoiding the wolf the whole time too. Really cool stuff. Again, I just love the idea of children's stories like Little Red Riding Hood or The Three Little Pigs turned into horror games. I hope you guys enjoyed this too. And this is a poem called Alley by Ava Egbert. My feet tiptoe into the darkened alleyway. Garish road lights create a deceptive halo around me, like a thief caught in the beam of a security flashlight. The crisp splashing of the puddles juxtaposes the dull hum of the distant highway. I should not be here. I hid my form in my old cotton hoodie, its warm closeness battling the wet concrete below. I pick up my pace like a deer waiting for an unseen predator. The city rejects me like the runt of her litter, left to die. I should not be here. The hairs on my neck stand on end, prickling and prodding my very spirit, screaming, shrieking at me to run like the little prey I am. The cracks in the sidewalk laugh and the buildings loom over me. I should not be here. My shoes, the cracked concrete has consumed them, taking its time like a lion playing with its food. The cracks widen, dragging me into a hell of their own. I should not be here. My legs burn with confusing agony. Panic descends over my slowly disappearing form. The shards of asphalt cut into my thighs like a giant set of teeth. The laughter turns into shrieking howls of joy in this seemingly desolate space. I should not be here. The alley is quiet once again. The road lights continue their yellow-white beams. Like a fly trap, the city waits for her next meal. The cracks close up as much as they should, and the puddles settle once more. I was never here. And that's the poem. Really creepy vibe to it. I like poems. I like creepy stuff. This is cool. Normally, we were just kind of doing scary stories every now and again, if someone would submit one via email, but someone sent me over a poem, said, hey, does this fit with the vibe of your videos? I said, cool, let's do it. Sounds like fun. Thank you for joining me, guys. Thank you for joining me for the playthrough. And if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for being here. I love you all very much. Please be safe, and I'll see you in the next one.